Hey friends, how are you? I truly hope all of you have been nothing short of amazing. I'm not going to sit here and be cliche. I have no right to be. I totally understand you all probably feel abandoned. You're probably like, Ariana, what are you doing here? But let me just tell you, life has been lifing. Nonetheless, I felt compelled to come here and speak to you all about a certain topic. I've done a lot of self work, shadow work, and a lot of reflecting, but nonetheless, here I am, and I am here for a specific reason. Honestly, I haven't been on these YouTube streets at all, like literally, but something told me today, like, oh, just, go see what's going on. What's the tea? and I just felt really compelled to speak on this certain topic. So, without further ado, today we are discussing none other than my Jazzy life. Let's get into it. So, I stumbled upon Jazzy having a faulty mod, if you will, who exposed her and exposed all of this audio, and I am just like, I am blown away because out of all people, how dare she? Let me explain. Am I here to defend anyone? Absolutely not. I don't think I've ever spoken on Peach McIntyre, probably once, literally. If you go back and check, you can see. But it was the audacity of Jazz for me. The audacity. Let's roll the clip and then you already know the vibes. If you know the vibes, you know the vibes. I'm going to insert commentary in between the clips. Let's get into it.
I don't care how much my mama get into it. Ain't no way.
So first and foremost, friends, what really sent me is Jazz saying, I don't care how much me and my mama get into it, ain't no way. In reference to Peach McIntyre's mom getting into an altercation at the casino. But Jazz, if I remember correctly, when it comes to a man, how much you and your mama get into it actually matters, because when it comes to the men in your life, they're able to disrespect your mom, call her out of her name, and isolate you from her. So this is number one for me, because Jazz, stop the cap. We all know you don't hold that type of loyalty to your mother when it comes to any man who enters your life. So it was that for me. That's number one. Let's continue.
But still, Peaches made it about her. And it is what it is. I feel like she could have said, like, she could have went in on the girl or shit, threatened to whip her. Like, you don't put your hands on my mama. I don't care how much my mama get into it. Ain't no way.
And once again, Jazz states that she doesn't care how much her and her mama gets into it. Ain't no way. But again, from what I can remember, your mom innocently used to come on this platform and drop the hottest tea unintentionally, just being, how older women are, how mothers are, how they come to our defense. And you would make it about you, create a whole woe is me campaign, and blame your mother for being supportive of you. So again, how is it ain't no way according to you when it comes to your mother? Answer me that, Jazz. Long story short, friends, let's get to the next part. Can you believe that Jazz had the audacity to speak on someone else's relationship being sad? It's really sad for her to witness someone else's sad relationship. Friends, forgive me for my little chuckle that some people find annoying, but do we care? No. But hear me out. Let's continue.
I was just watching her little thing. She's talking about her and what's his name? Her husband, Wood.
A quick and genuine question, friends, for Jazz directly. Jazz, why do you feel like you, out of all people, need to be inquiring or even inquisitive? Just why, Jazz? Why? About someone else's romantic relationship? Sis, you can't even keep yours. Like, it's really sending me, friends, because anytime someone asks about Chris, or even when it was Philip or whomever, whichever man she made up at the time, because we know, come on, you know the vibes. If you know the vibes, you know the vibes. But anyway, it was always, oh, I don't have to answer this and I don't have to answer that, but you're in the comfort of quote unquote privacy between you and your mods, which is so laughable because you're so gullible. Like, like honestly, in my opinion, you did this to yourself. How many times have we been through this, Jazz? You are so trusting, so idiotic, so gullible. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just saying. Let's continue though.
It's really sad listening to it, her little story, and the fact that we didn't know the backstory of why she cut her hair, and now we know. Like,
I don't know about you, friends, but it's the sarcasm for me. Like, what do you mean? I don't know about her little story or the fact that why she cut her hair, but now we know. Hold up, friends, can we play 21 questions? Jazz, why do you go into depression every time a man disappears off of your page? Jazz, why are your children only well fed when you're in a quote unquote happy relationship? Jazz, why do you only post family friendly content when you're in a relationship? It all goes back to a man. Am I right or am I right? So, who are you to be judging someone else? And I'm not defending Peach McIntyre. I'm not saying she's the best, she's the greatest. But one thing I do know, Jazz, you are no Peach. Like, friends, help me out here. Can I get a witness? Jazz, you are no Peach. Who are you to be speaking on this woman? If anything, you should be taking notes, sis, but I'm going to keep going. Actually, no, friends, I'm not done. Let me cook. Let sis cook. Jazz, you're a plum. Jazz, you're a tangerine. Jazz, you're a raisin. Like, the audacity for you, the audacity of you to come at Peach. One thing I can say about her, she hasn't been stuck at 50K for the past 50 years. Let's talk about it. How dare you? And no, it's not about the numbers, but obviously this woman is doing something right, whether she's doing something wrong to look right or whatever. She doing better than you. It's the audacity for me, friends.
I can honestly say, like, I feel like I've been in her shoes with my kid's dad.
Okay, I'm no expert, but one thing I think we all have in common is the knowledge to know that, Jazz, you have not been in Peach's shoes. How so with your kid's dad? How? You have never been married. A man has never put a ring on your finger. Well, allegedly Chris did, but well, he had though. We'll get to that later. If I'm not mistaken, you proposed to Philip and he treated it as if it were a joke. This man was so unbothered and so ready to go in that bedroom and hop on that Xbox or whatever. Anything to get away from you when you were under that little blanket acting shy and timid and just stupid. But yeah, how have you been in her shoes exactly? Don't get me wrong, that lady, to me personally, she's an idiot. She tricks on a man, you trick on a man. She does anything for a man, you do anything for a man. But to say the least and the most at the same time, at least he married her. You have not been in her shoes. Let's talk about it.
And now we know, like, and it kind of makes, I don't know. This is how she said that he was trying to talk to the lady with that did her hair. It's sad. That's really sad.
No, Jazz, what's really sad is that we're all here to witness you capping on this platform as if you don't tolerate anything from a man. What do you mean it's sad and now we really know? But according to you, almost all of the time, in every live when you're dry begging and crying and looking for sympathy and empathy, oh, y'all don't know what's really going on in my life. You only see X amount of time from my life. But now, all of a sudden, when you're in the comfort of your own little group chat, now all of a sudden you know. But when it comes to you, nobody knows the truth. Me and Chris know what it is. You and Philip knew what it was. But ultimately, we all find out what it actually is when we see it. One thing I can say about Peach and Wood, We see him with her. Where is Chris, Jazz? Where's Chris? And also, where's Kaylin's vanity? OG friends, you know the vibes. Where's the vanity? Let's continue.
I can honestly say, like, I feel like I've been in her shoes with my kid's dad, like to the point to where I couldn't leave. But I feel like once you get past that, you won't ever go back.
Honestly, Jazz, I feel like we can all agree that you have most certainly been in her shoes to an extent before, as far as what you're referencing with your kid's dad. But are you forgetting that you're in her shoes right now? And if anything, she's wearing Uggs in December and you have on flip flops, sis. Like, let's talk about it. Are you forgetting that Chris is taking you through the storm? And I haven't even been on these YouTube streets and I see it from one video, literally one video. Who are you to speak on someone else's union? You've never had a union. As you say, with my kid's father, my baby daddies. That's what you have in common, that you have children with a man, no, with men, but that's about it. We're talking about this woman's husband, not saying what he does to her is right. But Jazz, I can't even, Jazz, friends, come on.
Your mind trick you into staying again, because like the kid's dad did me dirty, and I kept taking him back over and over, like she said.
No, Jazz, it isn't your mind tricking you to stay over and over again. Like, Houdini's not in your brain. It's your insecurities, it's your lack of will, and also your lack of self love. If I'm being honest, not trying to be harsh, that's exactly what it is. But you speak about it in past tense as if you're anything different than you were when you were with Philip. If anything, I feel like you're worse because Chris is just blatantly disrespectful and blatantly disregards you and your feelings. And we see that on, as you would say, in a couple of clips, on a short video or even a long video or live. We see it. I just hope you see it soon. But my point is, I say all of this to say, it's hilarious hearing you speak on this situation the way you speak on it, as if like you've been healed or you have all of this knowledge because of what you've been through before. Because honestly, what we see as viewers is repetition. Like, we see you repeating the same exact cycle. If you're not happy, your kids aren't happy. If you don't have a man, your kids aren't happy. If you don't have a man, there's no self-care, there's no self-love. Or once you lose a man, that's when you start the process of self-love, which is for you working out or, oh, watch me make my kids lunch and so on and so forth. We know it's a facade. So please stop the cap. Like, watching this is so like cringe to me. It's like taking psychological advice from someone who suffers from schizophrenia. No shade to anyone who suffers from that. I'm just saying, it's like the pot calling the kettle black. It's cringe.
I was there, but I told myself if I ever got into a relationship again and you do something stupid, that stupid love shit, it ain't coming no more. It ain't happening no more.
Friends, is it me? Is it just me, or is every one of you baffled right now? It ain't happening no more. It's literally happening now. It's been happening for quite some time. I mean, even when I was on these YouTube streets, it was happening. She is like literally the epitome of delusional. If delusional was a person, it really would be my Jazzy life. I'm just saying. Let's keep it going.
I would never be in that situation ever again.
Yet here you are, Jazz, in that situation, but in my opinion, and most people's opinions, way worse, because Chris doesn't even hide it. Like, he's really off you, and we all know the vibes, no matter how much you try and pretend he's at work, which we all know. Like, come on. Chris is at work. It's hilarious to me. Jazz, friends, I have no words. I just have to keep going. I have no words.
I do hope she figures something out. Maybe they will overcome their past, because that shit's crazy.
Honestly, Jazz, we all hope you overcome your past and overcome your habits. because it's giving very much delusional. It's giving judgmental when you shouldn't be judging at all. Yeah. I, no words. Once again, no words.
I know she finally told her story why Wood left, why she cut her hair. It took her a while to say it.
Jazz, the same exact way it's taken you a while to tell all of your viewers, whether they be supporters, reactors, or whomever, why the hell Chris isn't present. And don't try to give us, oh, he doesn't want to be on camera anymore. No, we know he's not there. We know it. Can you also tell us why he's only around when those food stamps hit? Or why he disappeared as soon as your revenue dropped? Are you ready to speak on that? If not, please don't speak on anyone else and how long it takes for them to disclose any information in their personal life when you can't even do it. Also, can you tell us why we've only seen Chris on the barbecue pit around your payday, around the time your food stamps dropped? Can you tell us why you allowed him to isolate you from your mother and the rest of your family and then completely abandon you once your little revenue ship has sailed? And I'm not saying this as if like I'm happy that you're going through it or anything, genuinely speaking, but the people want to know, since you have so much to say about someone else's life, let's talk about it. So, friends, Jazz continues to say that Peach McIntyre allegedly got into it with her hairstylist, and Wood was allegedly texting the hairstylist that he wants her and so forth. But Jazz, what happened with you addressing the fact that Asia Phillips' other baby mama, heavy on the pretty one, was alleging that she came to your home when you were there and you threw a hissy fit and you were saying, I hate her and I want her to be unalived and so on and so forth. You didn't go into detail about that, but yet you're in this little chat going into detail about Peach McIntyre's husband's infidelity? Girl, I think you should clean up your own backyard before you try to rake someone else's leaves. I'm just saying. And also, the amount of children that Philip has and the amount of time that you claim you guys were together doesn't add up. I mean, ninjas cheat every day, B. I'm just saying, you've never went into great detail about that. Yet you're so confidently speaking about someone else's life. It's just giving jealous. It's giving fan. And it's giving, like I said earlier, the pot calling the kettle black.
This is my personal opinion. I feel like she's changed to a certain extent. She don't feel like she changed, but I feel like she kind of did.
Girl, Jazz, you've changed tremendously. People change. I've changed. Hence me not being on the platform anymore. But nonetheless, who are you to speak on someone changing because of whatever they may have changed for? I mean, every time we see you change, it's for a man. Never for your kids, though. So again, who are you to be speaking on someone changing? If I'm being honest, since I've discovered this part of these YouTube streets, you've changed more than you actually change your garments. Being honest.
I feel like now that she got money, she feel like I don't need nobody, and she's vocal about it. She's real vocal about everything. So that's how she is with her mama. She's like, I don't need you. I ain't gonna ever need you. I got money. I got more money. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Friends, call me crazy if I am, but I know I'm not the only one. Did she really just make that statement? And did she really just say that? Friends, is she not like a living example of someone who changes whenever they're in a better position? And I'm talking about like making 25 cents. She's nowhere near Peach McIntyre and has the audacity, I know I keep using that word, but I just don't understand, to say that she feels as if she's changed because she's doing better. Did we not all witness her completely throwing Mama Love, which is Jazzy's mom, if you don't know, to the wolves as soon as she gets up or comes up, or as soon as she's in a relationship that she's delusional about? Have we not witnessed that over and over and over again, friends? Please comment down below and let me know that I am not crazy. Like, I literally can't believe what I'm hearing right now. Change? Jazz, you change like the weather, sweetheart. Whenever that check hits, you don't need anybody. Whenever a man comes through, you don't need your mom. You don't need your brother. You don't even check for your sister, which is disgusting to me. But that's not what we're talking about. But the audacity once again of her to talk about someone changing when they're in a better position is insane to me. It's completely insane. Like, it's really giving Delulu. Jazz, you're literally like, if change was a person, if change during a come up was a person, it'll be you.
Vocal. You're more vocal because you feel like you don't need them and you never need them, you know?
And Jazz, that is exactly what you are. You're so vocal and so confident. I mean, overly confident whenever you feel like you don't need someone until it's time for you to sit Indian style, like I've always said, the OG friends, you already know the vibes, crying on that camera, snot coming out of your nostrils flaring, depressed, and kids making breakfast and feasting on Lunchables for weeks on end. Not literally, but you know the vibes, pretty much. Whenever you're down and out. But when you're up, you're so vocal and you're so confident, and it's F the supporters and F these people and F that. I don't care. I know what it is. But as soon as you need someone, as soon as you need Mama Love, where you at? Where are you? At that woman's house. And this should be a lesson for you. Everything you've said about this woman, Peach McIntyre, maybe you should sit down and reflect on yourself. Maybe do a little bit of shadow work, because it's giving jealous. It's giving, I don't understand why I'm not in her spot. Maybe you should even purchase one of her, what is it? Like, I don't know if it's seminars, social media lessons, whatever Peach be selling, because you know she be selling everything. And I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at her hustle. And I feel like, Jazz, you are. And you know, what's for you is for you. And maybe if you continue to be authentic and transparent the way you used to be, which gains you so many supporters, maybe you just might be where Peach is. Have you ever thought about that? I feel like you came to a halt, because not even a halt, you hit a plateau, and then, you know, nothing after that, because you actually are the one who changed, and you embarrass yourself, and you put men before anything else in your life. And I feel like that's why you may be failing right now. I'm not saying I'm happy about your failure or I'm celebrating it. I'm just trying to give you some advice. And I truly don't think you should have been speaking on Peach McIntyre the way you were. And again, not coming to Peach's defense. I don't know much about the lady, friends, but I'm just saying, from what I've observed over, you know, the past couple of years, one thing I know about that lady is her hustle is unmatched. She's a marketing genius, and she knows how to play the game. You, unfortunately, Jazz, have no idea how to play the game, and that's why you're stuck below 60K, and you've been on this platform for the amount of years you've been on here. And I don't say that to bring you down. I'm just saying maybe you should take a look at yourself instead of being so invested in others, because talking about other people for a come up and for new exposure or some clout can only take you but so far. And I feel like you've been here long enough to know how to play the game, yet you still don't. But looking at the way you handle the rest of your life, I'm not even shocked, and I actually feel bad for you. But one thing I can say about Peach McIntyre is she's going to make it happen by any means necessary, and using social media at that. This woman has come on this platform, I mean, years after you had thousands and thousands of followers and literally trumped everything you've ever done on social media. Why? It's not because she's special or she's lucky. It's because of her worth ethic. And it's because she knows how to play the game. If you knew how to play the game, you wouldn't be on or in a group chat with moderators at that that is sending me speaking about her and pretty much criticizing her situation when you're no better. You would be getting to that bag that you used to claim that you get to when you were overly confident, when things were going great. But my best advice to you is to lock in with yourself. Don't worry about Chris. Don't worry about haters or whoever you're worried about. Really lock in and get back to that organic, transparent content that you used to put out that got you the supporters you have. And that's all I have for you. Friends, I'm so, so, so sorry for my absence. I truly appreciate all of you who are still here. I love you so much. You have no idea. And I won't be a stranger, I promise. If you know, you know. At this point, I'm completely done with this video. Like what you like, comment, and subscribe if you aren't already. And I would talk to you down below and in the next video.